Let's start with the basics. What is EIA? EIA stands for Environmental Impact Assessment. It's a planning tool used to identify, evaluate, and manage any potential environmental effect from a development project. The key point is that EIA is done before the project starts. It helps to prevent environmental damage from happening in the first place. The main purpose of an EIA is to make sure the project follows environmental laws and safety guidelines, keeping the people and nature safe in the long run. The importance of the EIA in urban construction. Urban construction usually happens in areas with the dense population, heavy traffic, and sensitive facilities like homes, schools, and shops. So, why is EIA important in this area? Firstly, EIA helps to identify risks early, especially risks like noise, dust, and traffic problems, all of which can affect people's daily life. Secondly, EIA promotes safer and more controlled construction practice, making sure the workers and public are protected throughout the development. Lastly, it helps to minimize negative impact on both communities and environment, ensure the project is sustainable and responsible. Let's look at the real project example we picked. This is the Padang Jawa LRT Station project. Located near Ion Shah Alam in Selangor, it's part of the larger LRT Shah Alam line, connecting Bandar Utama all the way to Johan Setia. So, what's the objective of this project? First, it aims to improve public transport in Klang Valley area, making travel more convenient and efficient. Second, it helps to reduce road traffic congestion, especially during peak hours where jams are common in Shah Alam. And finally, it provides better access for residents, improving connectivity to key areas, which support local economic and social development. This type of large-scale urban infrastructure is exactly why EIA is so critical, to protect the surrounding environment and ensure the development benefits everyone.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Hadif Nakiyuddin bin Azizan. Today, I will giving a brief overview of LRT3 project site. LRT3 or Light Rail Transit Line 3 is a major public transportation project connecting Bandar Utama to Johan Setia, covering a distance of about 37.6 km. The line passes through the key urban areas such as Petaling Jaya, Shah Alam and Kelang, and is designed to serve a densely populated community along the corridor. The project is owned by Prasarana Malaysia Berhad, with MRCB Josh Ken Sdn Berhad as their main contractor. It includes the construction of more than 20 stations, a depot at Johan Setia, and several elevated viaducts along the route. As for now, LRT3 project is in the testing phase, where the system and train are being tested before the line open to the public. Once fully operational, is expected to significantly reduce the traffic congestion, enhance the public transportation efficiency, and support sustainability urban development in the Kelang Valley.
One of the major sources of air pollution at construction site is dust emission. Exposed soil and loose construction debris can easily become airborne, particularly during dry and windy weather conditions. Additionally, the movement of heavy equipment on unpaved surface significantly can contribute to elevate level of particulate matter, specifically PM10 and PM2.5, which pose serious health and environmental risk. Construction activities also generate air pollution through vehicle and machinery emission, which is diesel power equipment such as truck, boom lift, and excavator. It releases harmful pollution, including nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, and fine particulate matter. Furthermore, idling machinery and traffic congestion caused by lane closure worsen local air quality and creating hotspot of pollution near construction zone. As you can see from the image on the left, construction site, especially during night work light, concrete, pouring, or foundation laying, generate substantial noise. This high decibel environment has several critical consequences, which we categorize into two main areas. Firstly, concerning the surrounding community, prolonged exposure to construction noise lead sleep disruption for newbie residents. High noise level, particularly at night, can severely disturb normal sleep cycle, impacting overall well-being. Furthermore, this continuous noise contribute to increased stress and irritability, leading to mental fatigue and emotional distress for those living and working nearby. Secondly, and equally critical are the impact on the construction worker themselves. The prolonged exposure to high decibel sound from equipment like concrete pump, cutting tools, and heavy machinery, as shown, significantly increase the risk of hearing loss. This is a serious occupational hazard. Moreover, excessive noise can cause communication breakdown on site, difficulty hearing instruction or warning from college collage or supervisor can lead to serious accident, compromising safety and efficiency. Therefore, effective noise management is not just an environmental necessity, but also a crucial component of public health and worker safety.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Muhammad Ishran Razman and my part will be explaining about several mitigation measures to control air pollution during construction. Construction sites release a lot of dust and harmful emissions, especially during earthworks and heavy vehicle movement. These pollutants can affect nearby communities and workers' health and also violate DOE regulations. First, we have dust suppression through water spraying. Regular water spraying 2 to 3 times daily on unpaved roads and soil piles helps reduce dust particles from becoming airborne, especially during dry weather. Another effective method is to cover soil and sand stockpiles using tarps or geotextile sheets to prevent wind erosion. We should also limit earthworks during windy conditions to avoid large-scale dust dispersal. Next, we focus on vehicle and machinery emissions control. It is important to use low emissions or well-maintained machinery to reduce diesel smoke and harmful gases like carbon monoxide. Deliveries and operations should be scheduled outside of peak hours to minimize traffic build-up, which also contributes to localized pollution. Lastly, idling engines should be turned off when not in use. This simple anti-idling policy helps reduce fuel waste and emissions. These actions are not only practical but also cost-effective. They help reduce air pollution significantly, creating a safer and healthier environment for both workers and surrounding communities. For the next part is for noise pollution. Noise pollution on construction sites can affect nearby residents' health and well-being. It can cause sleep disruption, stress, and even hearing loss for workers exposed to high decibel sounds like cutting tools or concrete pumps. The first and most important measure is work scheduling. Noisy activities such as pile driving, hammering, and machinery operations should be limited to daytime hours, typically from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Construction teams should avoid nighttime work unless absolutely necessary and always provide advance notice to nearby communities. Next is the use of noise barriers and enclosures. We can install temporary acoustic barriers, fencing, or soundproof curtains around noise-intensive equipment and areas. Equipment like generators or pumps can be enclosed with sound-absorbing materials to minimize impact. Third, we must ensure the use of low-noise equipment. This includes modern machines with built-in noise control and regular maintenance to prevent loud mechanical sounds. Faulty mufflers or damaged engines should be repaired or replaced quickly. Finally, to protect workers, we must provide ear protection gear such as earplugs or earmuffs, especially for those working near high noise areas. Routine hearing checks should also be conducted for long-term workers. By applying these measures, we can reduce noise pollution, protect public health, and maintain a safer and more comfortable working environment.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Aikmal Danish bin Ahmad Zaidi, and I'm going to continue on challenge in implementations. So in this topic, we're going to discuss about what are the challenges in implementing all the mitigation measures for the major environment impact that we have discussed earlier. So in this, we're going to look at monitoring and compliance. This ensuring that monitoring programs are consistently carried out as per schedule and that the mitigation measures are effectively implemented. Next, by looking at emergency response, are we well being prepared to handle the unexpected incidents such as spills or breaches of environmental regulations? And then we need to think about a long-term impact also. So in this challenge, for long-term impact, addressing cumulative impacts that may arise despite mitigation efforts, especially in dynamic environmental conditions. Are there any long-term effect that we don't even know even after mitigations have been discussed? Next, we're going to talk about public participation. So, public participation is one of the key or important thing in AIA to make sure the public are well known about the project that are being constructed. So by looking at the role of public participation, point 1, it involves informing or consulting with the public about the project and its potential impacts and proposed mitigation measures. It also included public consultations, meeting with stakeholders. Point number 2, significant public concerns or contributions. So this point highlights specific concerns raised by the public regarding potential environmental impacts such as noise pollution are important for us. And it also includes suggestions for additional mitigation measures if there are any. So looking at the last point number 3, effectiveness of public participation, transparent communication and ongoing engagement throughout the project lifecycle are crucial for maintaining trust and ensuring that any evolving concerns are addressed promptly. Next, for the conclusion, before we go into for the recommendations, we're going to talk about the key points that we have discussed earlier in the slides. So, number 1, environmental impact assessment or EIA necessity states that critical for identifying risks such as noise, dust, traffic in dense urban areas like Shah Alam. It also ensures compliance with environmental laws and community safety. Point number 2, project significance. LRT3 Padang Jauh stations will improve Klang Valley's public transport and reduce congestion and enhance accessibility. Number 3, mitigation effectiveness. Proposed measures or mitigations that have been measured, such as dust suppression, noise barriers, emission control, can substantially reduce air and noise pollution if strictly implemented. Point number 4, public role. Public role is one of the important elements in EIA because ongoing community should be engaged, or ongoing community engagement is vital for transparency and addressing emerging concerns. So for the recommendations, number 1, we should enforce strict monitoring of dust, such as dust, noise levels and mitigation compliance through real-time sensors and monthly audits. Number 2, boost public engagement via digital feedback portals and quarterly town halls to address community concerns transparently. Number 3, adopt cleaner technologies such as electric machinery and AI control water sprays to reduce emissions and noise. Number 4, implement a rapid response protocols for environmental incidents. This including a 24/7 public hotline. So public can call or let the project site know if there are any emergencies. Number 5, evaluate long-term impacts post-construction such as traffic patterns and apply lessons to future projects. So that's all for the environment